Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Career of Alban Zogbaum and the HE-111. It's now August 30th, 1942, and in the previous episode here, if I scroll down to the stats, the previous episode we got one vehicle and one armament on our artillery mission, bombing artillery. And now it looks like we are going up again, but let's head over to the planning room and see what we have in store for us today. So, first and foremost here, the weather report here in the top right. Looks like clouds are starting at 700 meters, 18 degrees Celsius. We've got winds blowing from the west at 3 meters per second, and there is rain in the forecast. So, doesn't really seem like it's a good day for bombing, but nevertheless, it does look like we are going up today. Looks like two missions, in fact, today. So first up at 6:30 a.m., we are bombing a railway junction, and then a little bit later this afternoon, we are bombing troops. Looks like we're on the roster for both of those missions today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and head to the briefing. Okay, so here we are in briefing. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Looks like we will have fighter escort meeting us at waypoint 2, and we are expecting enemy fighters patrolling in the area. Of course, we had the weather report of heavy clouds at 700 meters with light rain in the forecast. Look here at the weather balloon. Looks like we're going to be dropping at 3,000 meters today. So wind speed is going to be from 263 at approximately 13 meters per second. The altitude at target, which is important, we are dropping at 3,000 meters, but it is an altitude of 27. So we'll have to remember to subtract that when we're dialing in our bomb site later on today. But a look here at the right up here for the mission. Our mission is to bomb the railyard located at waypoint 3 on your flight map. Your mission will be completed once you have successfully released your bombs over the designated target area. So, taking a look here at the flight map, you can see pretty standard. We're going to be taking off at our airfield here, right outside of this town. I'm not going to try to say that, but there it is. Then it looks like we're making a 180 degree turn, flying along here right over presumably our fighter airfields there at waypoint 2, and going over to this railway junction and taking a look here at the target. What stands out to me, there looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 airfields in the vicinity of the target. Does look like we do have some indicators here that can help us target, or rather see this target on the approach. We got these forests here. Forests here might be able to use this airfield here as a reference point, but again, not going very deep into enemy territory. So we're going to bomb, and then we're going to hook a tight right turn and get out of there along here, and then of course making a turn at waypoint 4 back to home. So a pretty standard mission. Of course, as we saw in the briefing, it is expected that there's going to be some fighters patrolling the target location. Not very surprising considering there's a bunch of airfields in the area. Let's go ahead and take a look at our bomber for today. And let's see here. I'm honestly okay just taking the standard loadout here of the 500K and the 250K. Doing some practice missions the previous day. Well, IRL the previous day. These 50K bombs, they you have to be very precise with them in order to do much damage, and even then you might not destroy the target. These larger size bombs, of course, you have a little bit more splash damage coming from them. Makes it a little bit easier to hit the targets. Of course, you do have less of them, so I guess it is kind of a give and take there. You still have to be a little precise, but you have a higher chance of getting some kills here with the larger explosives. So we'll go ahead and just take the base loadout for right now, and I guess without further ado, let's get into the mission. Alright, so here in the plane, just getting ready to take off, and you can see the heavy clouds rolling in already. It's our turn here, so let's power up. And we are rolling. One 100. 150. 170. A positive rate of climb. Gear up. Okay, so we are coming up. You can see the planes ahead of us beginning that sharp left turn, as we saw on the briefing there. I myself am starting that turn now. And we are gonna get into formation here as we come around. There's flight lead, so we will begin to play catch up here a little bit. Being mindful of the planes around us here, we don't want to have a mid-air collision. Obviously, that would be less than ideal. Really hoping it clears up towards the target. Not holding my breath though, which is a shame because I do have some feedback from the previous episode of this playthrough that gave me some pointers on how to better sight targets through the bomb sight, as opposed to popping in and out and eyeballing it pretty much, which I was hoping to put into play today, but the weather right now doesn't look like it's cooperating. But anyways, going to slot into our spot here of the formation. We are catching up from the looks of things, and we'll of course bring you back once we're a little bit closer. Okay, so in here in the bomb site, as we are climbing up to 3,000 meters, let's go ahead and get this set up here for the target, and then we'll make some adjustments once we're closer. So per the briefing, we're going to be at 3,000 meters. I'm going to set it to 2.9 since we are a little lower than flight lead, and to take into account the altitude of the target. Indicated airspeed, of course right now we're at roughly 240, 250. Editor me here just wanted to pop in and correct old me there. I said 240, 250. You can see in the top left it's more like 270 kph, but still accelerating. We know that we are going to be bombing at roughly 320. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then airspeed, I believe, was 13 meters per second from 263. So that's going to be right there for airspeed. And then from 263 degrees, which is going to be a tailwind. 263, it looks like it's going to be hitting us from about there. So that's 50, that's 60. Of course, due west is going to be 270. So it's going to hit us. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So we do got a tailwind to take into account here today, and once we get a little bit better visual on the target, of course we're not really that close to the target yet, but we might be changing this interval depending on the direction that we're coming in at in relation to the target. Of course, as I alluded to earlier, I do know about the view thing here. Have had some practice with it here previous missions, though. As you can see, though, through the bomb site, it is a miserable day for this type of bombing. So we're gonna hope and pray that there's a break in the clouds here when we get over the target. But we are set to drop, save for probably a few adjustments later on as we get a little closer and we get some better insight into where we are in relation to the target. Air speed, we're gonna tick it down here. We are in the viewport, well, view mode. There are fighters down there. I did see that. We're gonna set the interval to 0.10. Instead, yeah, we see clouds. Less than ideal. Just hoping to just see anything, any indicator here of our target. And there's the airfield. There does appear to be a break in the clouds, though. I see it. I see it. Yeah, I see it. Got it in my sights now. It's right there. Bomb doors are open, have been open. Okay. There it is. Seen. Bombs away. Oh my god, there's someone on fire. Getting out of here. Let's hook up with our buddy down here. Oh my god! Something just exploded. Oh god. Okay, don't panic. We're hit, we're hit, we're hit. We're hit. We're hit. We're hit. I can't see anything. This is chaos. Our bomber is bad. We took some hits. We took some bad hits. Oh my, you see there's a bomber on fire. Taking control of the plane again. It's certainly wobbly. We took some bad hits there. Good news is we are over friendly skies. If we gotta put this thing down or bail out, we are in good place. So should be okay. It is not happy though. You can see I am fighting it. I'm fighting her very much. In fact, it definitely doesn't sound healthy. Temps seem okay. Temperatures over there on the right hand side, they seem okay. We still have a positive rate of climb. Airspeed's fine, we're at 250. Stall speed is more like 150. We took some bad hits though, so and it's, I mean, you can see the stick work here as well. Just does not want to fly level. It's wants to pull to the left, and it just feels very unstable. If we're talking race cars, it feels like oversteer, or rather a loose condition if you're an American. So we just got a radio call, believed to be from one of our bombers, that sounded like they were wounded. I don't, coming out of this cloud. Wait. We were in formation. There's no one left. Is it just us? can see the holes here. This is the first time I'm checking through the tail gunner seat. It's the first time I've trusted somebody else with the aircraft. Looks like a hole on the wing out there. That must be why it's pulling to the left. You can see right there the bullet holes right beside the tail gunner, right in front of the tail gunner rather. Looks like the engine took some shots too. Maybe that's just what it looks like. Oh my god. We're out of fuel. So, I guess, I don't know what to do. Alright. Here goes nothing, right? Man, should I bail? Oh god, okay. Alright. I'm in control. We're approaching stall speed. Fortunately enough, there doesn't look like there's a lot of trees around. Okay. Okay, there's trees over there. We're okay. We're okay. We're bringing this thing in. Okay. We're at stall speed. Here we go. Brace for impact, fellas. We're down. We're down. I should have seen that coming. I was looking at my gauges. Now I look like a complete moron. Okay, so bit of a rough day at the office here. Absolutely no stats for the day. Missed the target. I might have dropped short, and I did drop roughly a second after everybody else, so it's very possible that I was on target, and just not being the first bomb on target probably caused something. Definitely had an interesting flight over the target. As expected, enemy fighters did intercept us there. Caused a lot of chaos. We were following a bomber out of the target area when a explosion of some sort happened. I don't know if they got hit by flak or they just got hit in a bad spot by a fighter, but nonetheless, there was carnage behind us. We did end up being flight lead there for a minute. There was a friendly with us. There was multiple friendlies with us, in fact, and then we heard a random radio call of someone being wounded, and that's when I popped into the tailgun spots, and we were on our own. We were alone. And after that call for that person being wounded, which I don't speak a lick of German, but the longer you play this game, the more you start to pick up on how things sound. So that's how I knew he was wounded. And yeah, we were alone. And the radio was silent after that. And then, yeah, flying back, there was another radio call. I didn't recognize any of it. Popped on the HUD for a second. It was us, and we were out of fuel. And, yeah, unfortunately, we didn't make it home. But the good news is we are alive. We made a forced landing. Nice, gentle touchdown. And we're able to walk away from this mission with our lives. And I'm a little worried to hit this button right here to see how everybody else made out. Who's alive? Who did we lose? Oh man, look at this. Okay. So we'll get to what's going on here. But first off, Gebhard Jess Yes, Jess? I don't know. 1 transport. 4 railroad cars, 2 station facilities. Richard Klein, 1 transport, 1 medium armor. 6 railroad cars, 1 station facility. And then it looks like Johann Schnell getting 1 AAA. Which brings us to the damage. So Gebhard Jess missing in action. Richard Klein missing in action. Wolf Freier von Dalvig missing in action. Karl Henschel killed in action. Johann Schnell wounded in action, and Hans Linder wounded in action. That was a rough one for us today. The interesting thing for us, how is this going to happen? Hans Linder is wounded. Johann Schnell is wounded. So we got 2 wounded and 2 missing. We're off the list, and we're one of the few healthy pilots remaining. And we've been taken off this. Are they going to suspend this mission, or are they sending 4 of our guys up to die? I guess we'll go ahead and proceed and see what happens. Alright, well, to add insult to injury... Did they fly this? Is this a bug? Because, like, they were all wounded, killed, or missing already. Nevertheless, they're all... It's the same stats as before, but they do have kills for the mission. But let's take a look at the unit HQ and let's see what the squadron looks like after today. Yeah, there you go. So we've lost everyone, it seems like. Looks like a number of these guys are going to be back. Wounded, of course, Hans Linder, Karl-Heinz Streit, and Johann Schnell. They are wounded. They'll be back. But as you can see, Gebhard Jess captured. Yeah, we look to be Simon Hapach and us, and we have a deputy commander now. That is the 3 pilots left standing today. Look here after the events of August 30th, 1942. For the squadron, of course, I showed our stats and they remain unchanged since we did not get a hit today. But we have 62 aircraft kills, 43 vehicles, 24 railroads, 61 armaments, 19 buildings, and 12 marine. You can see down here, there's a lot of guys out of action, killed, wounded, captured. So it looks like we are going to have a completely new squadron next time. So that'll do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We hope to see you in the next video. Take care.